Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I thought it'd be really interesting to explore the topic of play and professionalism as an idealist. You know, for me, I have this profound sense that this thing we call life is so serious. It's important business. But at the same time, it seems that my approach to this life is needing to be much more, how can I put this, creative, exploratory, playful, light-hearted. And what I've found is that, at least for me, that when I'm most, I think, healthy, there's a lot of play in my life. There's a lot of fun. There's a lot of exploration. There's a lot of, I think this is the dynamic theme that will emerge with people of this temperament, is there's a lot of inspiration and there's a lot of relating in ways that are positive. Interestingly, this is a value response, and it needs to be expressed, I think, for health. And it's just so interesting because, you know, obviously I'm looking at my own life here, but it seems that I have tried to negotiate almost like a businessman in many ways with my emotional needs, and I think the best word that I can describe here is the role of force, right, versus love and compassion. Oh, by the way, Molly is here, so I think she deserves some camera time as well. Speaking of the importance of play and positive emotions, our English Springer Spaniel Molly is 15, which puts her near the end of her life. But she is living. She's got a will to live. She's interested in life. She does have some cognitive decline, and it is quite difficult, but I guess we're able to regulate that pretty well with her diet and movement and keeping her on a good routine. And it's just interesting stuff. I love Molly. Molly's a sweet girl, and I love taking care of Molly. But yeah, you can see that when it comes to animals. They're very antidepressant. And the reason why is because they sort of activate the inherent meaning associated with caretaking and prosocial behavior and play. You can see that people want to be positive around animals, around children, around infants. And there's such an innate call and meaning associated with that. And I know that for me, it's really intense and it's very powerful, and I want to honor that sense of things. But trying to bring this back to psychotherapy, what I'm trying to get at here is, you know, I've got my own experience, my subjective sort of meaning associated with things, but this goes well beyond me, and this dives into the world of the other. It could be you, could be other people, but I really think it's the role of the psychotherapist, the analytic therapist, to be sensitive enough to the various meanings, right? Because there's so much meaning, and it's abundantly clear to me that when we listen to each other, we can hear it, and then we listen to ourselves, we can feel it, and we can actually move it and play with it. It's a great source of joy to be meaningfully engaged. And it's the joy that actually makes life suffering manageable, bearable even. So I just find that all very beautiful. So Molly came back out. Let's see. And this is probably a good reflection for another video, but I'm sort of in the weeds in terms of my nurse practitioner stuff. And I'm studying like the objective, right? The objective phenomena, that is, you know, the development of disease and sort of, you know, what we do to treat diseases in medicine, you know, what medicines that we give, what labs that we have to get to be able to manage the symptoms, and being able to exercise the capacity to think about, you know, the diagnostic process, you know, ruling out other explanations, just having that relationship, trying to explain the objective, right, sort of facts, is so interesting because I think it's inferior for me. It's difficult for me. What seems to compel me, and what I seem to be a bit more naturally gifted at, is the narrative, like the emotional meaning, the subjective meaning associated with the objective symptoms. And now I do think that a physician, a true physician, synthesizes both and understands that there is both an acute and a chronic process. There's so much more than acute problems. See, problems that are more acute, they emerge, right, across time. And to me, this is what's fun and interesting. You get the structure, you get the narrative, and then the objective is like the icing on the cake. It's like, let's look at your C-reactive protein. Oh, I see that that's very, very elevated. Well, that's weird. Like, how did that happen? Oh, you've got a myocardial infarction. How did that happen? Looking at the disease process and then the emotional meaning associated with the disease process, the narrative, the life experiences, the relational dynamics. Gosh, it's cool. So for me, I want to bring it all together. I'm going to be a nurse practitioner in about 2 years, and I know I'm going to be confronted with barriers and trying to bring it all together. But I'm going to be hopefully bringing more of that to you as I explore all of these factors. I don't want to become so myopic, so specialized that I'm just a pill pusher. Granted, there is a lot of money to be made in this industry, and I think we all want to be able to provide for ourselves, our loved ones. It's nice to have resources. It's nice to have a sense of that control and autonomy that comes from an income. But I know that life is more than that, and I know that there is a call within me to actually confront both the objective facts and the subjective facts. And remember, they're both facts. Okay. See you all later. Bye-bye.